You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. On the road with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. And if we don't play, all wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's a way. Somebody please give this brother an eye. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk college football with real fans. I'm Devin. Got a big show tonight. Obviously, this transfer portal madness is continuing. Ohio State lost a couple more players today. We also gained a player. Are the Buckeyes trying to bring a couple guys back from the portal that entered the team? We'll dive into that. Kind of dive into where we're at as far as starters from this year's team that are NFL eligible, and talk about where we're at on possibly getting them guys back. Big-time defensive end. Has connections with Ohio State that entered the portal. And Matt Patricia, is he returning to be the defensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes this year? I saw some rumors on Twitter about the contract negotiations going on, reached out to a couple people. I will share my responses here shortly, but first, let's talk about this. Actually, first, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well on both channels, Buckeye Scoop and Buckeye Boys. Super chats are open, guys. They go out to help our veterans because they help us every single day. Yeah, let's get this thing rolling, man. Buckeyes picked up a wide receiver today, Devin McQuinn. From UTSA, 6 foot, 195-pound receiver. In 3 years, had 1,696 yards, 16 touchdowns. Supposed to be a speed demon, okay? It was first reported, okay? There was reports coming out. I think Pete Nakos tweeted that the kid runs a 10.28 100-meter dash. That's like super fast. The little bit of research I did and some of his actual races, 10.75 was his best time I found in the 100-meter dash. But a positive pickup here. I know Buckeye fans. I know P4. Our luck with getting those players to come in, it's not very good. So people aren't very happy with this. They want that big splash pickup or whatever, but it's a good pickup. Very productive. I had some of his highlights pulled up, but they absolutely disappeared. So I like this pickup. You obviously got Mylan Graham, Bryson Rogers, and Quincy Porter entered the portal. So we were already after a wide receiver before Quincy Porter entered. But now I think you definitely see that we got to get a couple more of them. So I like this pickup, whether it's a depth piece, whether he pushes for some playing time. I do know that our current new wide receiver coach, he's all about rotation, man. He's all about playing a lot of receivers. So that's good news. I like the Buckeyes picking up players, even though it doesn't excite a bunch of people, but it's still good. Lost a couple guys today. Javon McFadden spent 1 year in the program. Lower ranked offensive lineman. I did hear really good things about him in the offseason, though, about how he was progressing throughout training camp and stuff like that. It was really good. But ended up transferring, man. Same as Maxwell Roy, except Maxwell Roy was injured coming into the program, essentially stayed injured that whole time, didn't even practice a whole lot, didn't play a whole lot. And it's frustrating and it's sad to see guys, even like a Javon McFadden, come into this program, and definitely a Quincy Porter come into this program, be here for 1 year, and then leave. They're not patient in their development. It's like, you got to wonder what's in their head. Like when they committed to the Buckeyes, I would love to ask Javon McFadden, hey, when you committed to the Buckeyes, did you think you were going to play year one? Did you think you were going to be a starting offensive lineman? I seriously doubt that. The Buckeyes don't do that. They don't tell people, recruits, lies just to get them on the roster. At least that's my knowledge of talking to several people. So it is curious, it's disheartening because I think a lot of this is coming from the agent side of things, because anybody can be an agent. We talked about that yesterday. Any family member, any friends, all those things. So, you never know what type of advice they're getting. But, so lost 2 more. I think we're up to 20 scholarship players, or maybe 22. I forget what it is. But either way. Also, when Aaron Scott entered the portal, I was having a conversation with somebody. He told me to keep an eye on this one. As far as Ohio State potentially trying to bring him back. And I reached out again because I saw Kayan Lee committed to Tennessee today. One of the Buckeyes, he was on campus yesterday, one of 3 visitors with the Wisconsin linebacker, Christian, and Chaz Coleman as well. And he scheduled that Tennessee visit essentially while he was on our visit. So I said on the show yesterday, didn't really look good if he's scheduling these visits like he is while he's on a visit. But I just brought up to my mind about Aaron Scott, and just to remind you guys, there's potential there. There's stuff floating around about potentially bringing Mylan Graham back as well, getting him back in the program. There was a big response from a lot of Buckeye players still on the team when number 5 entered the portal. You saw the tweets with the heartbreaks and all those things. So, all right, the information I have is they're pushing pretty good to try to get Mylan Graham back on this roster. I wouldn't mind getting both of those guys back on here. Definitely Aaron Scott, right? The corner position is the one I got my eye closest on for these Buckeyes, because the information I have with the defensive line, they've already got John Walker, and they're not playing games, right? They're going after Damon Wilson. They're in contact with him. They're in contact with the Alabama defensive lineman. They're in contact with that Pittsburgh defensive lineman who was like on the top 25 freaks list, kind of Aaron Donald Jr., people call him, had a very productive year. I think it's at Pittsburgh anyway. So I just have a lot of confidence on the defensive line aspect of what we're doing in the portal. Our first pickup, John Walker, big time pickup. And from what I'm hearing, they're going pretty hard on it. It's this corner position, right, that I'm just curious, right? I don't have a lot of information, on a lot of players that they're going after. Most of them that they've went after so far, they've committed elsewhere. So, they've already committed elsewhere. But the piece of information that I do have there, and I'm still trying to chase this one down a little bit, as I got told yesterday that there's a couple players that aren't in the portal yet that are on the Buckeyes radar. One of those being in the corner position out of the SEC. And the Buckeyes feel that if he does enter the portal, they'll be real good there. Was told we would be really excited about this one if the Buckeyes pick it up. And listen, I understand. I mean, there are rumors galore on Twitter. I cannot keep up with this stuff. Okay, so nothing I'm telling you guys. If I'm telling you something I read on Twitter, I will tell you. All right, I ain't got time for all this reading some random account on Twitter and regurgitating that information, because dude, Twitter's out of control, man. There's the Bo Jackson rumor that got started on the Letterman Row boards today. Berm posting that he's asking for $1.3 million. Berm didn't actually say the money, I don't believe, but he said that the Buckeyes, what he's asking for is really, really high. And the Buckeyes are concerned that he might hit the portal. I have the opposite information of that. I don't, again, with as crazy as this portal world is, and the agents and other schools throwing money and other schools being more desperate than Ohio State throwing money, I guess you never know. But the people I talk to about this, they don't have concerns there. Ohio State understands Bo Jackson's potential, understands he's running back 1 next year. Buckeyes are going after a running back 1B in the portal. I've not been told that is, deterring Bo Jackson away in any type of way. But just for example of the way things get started. So interesting one there. We will see. Buckeyes still doing work. I know Kay and Lee committed to Tennessee, and dude, people blew up again. This is going to be a repetitive. It's going to be a repetitive thing, right? If the Buckeyes get somebody on a visit and that person does not commit to the Buckeyes, they commit somewhere else, everybody's going to flip out, blow up, say, fire Ross Bjork. We're getting left behind. The program's trash. We got to change the entire way we do things. We can't recruit high schoolers anymore. We shouldn't waste our money on high schoolers, all these things. It's like, I don't know. Again, maybe this time next year, we're sitting in a similar situation and we didn't look good on the field, and it's not looking like we're being super aggressive in the portal, and a lot of our players are hitting the portal and all those things. If that happens this time next year, I will join that bus in saying something's got to change. But until then, I don't see any evidence that points towards the Buckeyes are in trouble and the Buckeyes need to change their strategy. I don't see that evidence anywhere. Kay and Lee signing with Tennessee is not evidence to me. Miami beating us is not evidence to me of that. The way Indiana is doing thing is not evidence either. We'll see how Miami does or Indiana does next year. They're getting a lot of players in the portal, a lot of big-time players in the portal. And we'll see the type of roster they put together next year, right? We'll see how they're able to navigate through that, because I'm not convinced that, right, you got your give and your take. Either way you choose to get players on your roster, there's give and take, right? There's good and bad, whatever option you choose. I think in the portal option, you have to get guys so fast. I think you're more prone to not being able to, get to know them very well, see if they fit in the culture. We've seen it happen several times, right? We've seen teams go in after big-time portal guys, get them. Every teams are after them, and they show up to the team, and they don't do much. They don't produce much. They don't do things. So, but you can say the same with high school recruiting. So I just want more evidence to look at. I want more football games played, because that's what this comes down to. It doesn't come down to stars. It doesn't come down to our opinions. It comes down to what's your team doing on the football field. And this year we went undefeated in the regular season and, didn't show up for the Indiana and Miami game. Like I've said 100 times, but I'm not sold that talent is the reason we lost that game. And I think last year, like for instance, I think we probably have 20 of our starters next year already on this roster. I do. I haven't dove into that. It's a show I am going to do and maybe try to pick those things out. But, it's quite possible that we do. Maybe go in the portal, grab another defensive end. But you also have to wait and see on some decisions that are being made. So, again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here and talking about the same thing over again, but still, I mean, I think that crowd that is pushing for Ohio State to change things. And I mean, even at the end of this portal class, right, I'll have a better idea of should I be freaking out, right? Is Ohio State not paying enough? Are they running out of money? Which they are not. I already know that. But are they not willing to pay enough? I'm going to wait till it's done. I'm going to wait till the Buckeyes, have signed more players, more time has gone by, and we see what the Buckeyes do, because there's probably still another 500 players that are yet to put their name in the portal that are going to put their name in the portal. I mean, tampering is running rampant right now. There are players not in the portal that are currently negotiating with other teams. It's a fact. So, yeah, there we go. Caleb Downs declared for the NFL draft today. So my number one wish, my dream died today. It was very upsetting for me. Carnell Tate declared as well, Tywan Malone, but he was out of eligibility. So the players were waiting on, right? Kenyatta Jackson. I've heard good things there, but what's he doing? Jermaine Matthews was told he is staying. K-Mac, another one I think would be huge for us to retain him. Obviously, the best defensive tackle in the nation, but man, if the Buckeyes get him back, I don't think we should be complaining about what this staff is doing and if they're willing to pay or not. So, I would probably pay K-Mac like $3 or $4 million to come back. You know what I mean? Because, you look at player like Caleb Downs declaring for the draft, Carnell Tate declaring for the draft, all these players, 22 players that went in the portal. Think about how much money that frees up, right? So that's a thing as well. So if you're one of those people that doesn't think Ohio State has money, just based off of how many players have entered the portal and declared for the NFL draft, that frees up, right, quite a bit of income. Not so much the NFL draft guys, because they plan for that when they're signing their class and all those things. But yeah, Max Clare, waiting on him as well. I feel good on him returning. Brandon Ennis is returning. Carson Hinsman, still waiting there. He's eligible. Offensive linemen are just, it's kind of weird with the draft. You never really know what type of grade he's getting. I think he's coming back as well. And then Arvell Reese is another one, but I don't, my hopes aren't super high there. My hopes are pretty high with Kenyatta Jackson and K-Mac, believe it or not. But Arvell Reese is one that, again, we'll see, kind of dropped off the second half of the season. So I would love for him to come back, but we'll see. Did I just fly through my entire show that fast? I think I did. Oh, I guess I've been talking for 20 minutes. Yeah. Taco, I think Reese is gone too. You know what I mean? I do. But part of me thinks K-Mac's gone as well. So everybody wants to know Chaz Coleman. Let me start with Christian Largro, whatever, the linebacker from Wisconsin. That the staff feels really good about that one there. Chaz Coleman update. The kid wants to be a Buckeye. It's being reported now that he's taking visits to South Carolina and LSU again. I haven't been able to confirm that or anything, but who knows? If he is, I think the longer this goes on, him takes more visit, the more my confidence goes down. But I'm not sure that means anything. My confidence either way, it's not going to affect this recruitment at all. But the Buckeyes put together a very good offer for him. They met the number that they thought they needed to meet, that they were told they needed to meet. They met that number. It's just going to come down to a decision. What does Chaz want to do? But on to the biggest news, right? Matt Patricia, guys. Matt Patricia, it circulated. Did I already talk about that? No, I didn't. So Matt Patricia, it circulated today. The Buckeyes are working on a 3-year, $9 million deal. had a couple texts out previously about, hey, what's he going to do? And the text I received back earlier today was that he's staying, right? And that got confirmed again with another text. I have no idea when it's going to be announced, but I think barring any wild, crazy things happening, any crazy offers coming in, I'm told it's a green light for Matt Patricia to return as Ohio State's defensive coordinator next year, which is enormous to me anyway. I'm absolutely thrilled to hear that. It makes me nervous even announcing this, but again, when I get texts from the people I got texts from, it's hard for me not to. It's told it's a done deal. But dude, things are just so wild. So I'm anxious, right, to see the official announcement. I'm anxious for him to put pen to paper. But I'm told the decision was made and he is returning. So Buckeye Nation, we should be cheering pretty loudly for that. That should, for those of you guys that feel like everything is burning down, that should give you a little bit of light in these super dark times for these Buckeyes, because it's a dark, dark time right now. We're really struggling in Buckeye Nation. We're not. We're not. Here we go, chat. Yeah. Twitter rumor. That's why I said I saw on Twitter, on X, that he's taking that. I got no news on the offensive coordinator as of right now. Hey, thanks for the $1.99 Chaz update. I just gave it. Before he entered the portal, I got information from somebody close to him that if he enters, he's going to be a Buckeye. As long as the money was close. The money's close. I don't know what the delay is. I don't know what the holdup is. Who knows? I don't have any information on his agent or whatever, but that's always the factor there, is who is his agent? What are they telling him? And I think one of the biggest things that you see happening this year, why you see there are starters on Georgia. The starting Georgia safety entered the transfer portal. That's the world we're living in right now. So if you want my opinion, I think one of the biggest reasons of that is this agent thing we got going on in the portal right now, because college agents, these nil agents, they're taking a way bigger percentage than NFL agents do. Most of them are. And again, it can be anybody. So, right, when you see them dollar signs, man, it really gets your blood pumping, makes you make some decisions. And I'm not judging anybody for that, because I'm not in their shoes. I don't know the financial situation they're in, and I don't know what I would have done at that age if I would have had a grown adult who is an agent in my ears saying, hey, we got a school offering you $2 million. The Buckeyes are only paying you $1.5 million. Or the Buckeyes, I'll use a real example. The Buckeyes are only paying you $500,000. They paid you $500,000 your first year. They're offering you $750,000 this year. Wide receivers at your caliber are demanding over $1 million. I think I can get you that in the portal. I don't know what I would have done back then. You know what I mean? It's about who you surround yourself with. So we will see. Steely, what's good, brother? Thanks for the $1.99. Thank you, Caleb Downs, for being a class act for sure. Yeah, going to go down as one of the best safeties in Ohio State history, one of the best players in Ohio State history. For those of you that truly know football, you know that is the truth. Huge. You can't blame him for declaring for the draft. He's going to be a top 10 pick. He should have went. I'd be surprised if Ryan Day didn't say, hey, dude, you need to go to the NFL. But, you never know. Greg's, thanks for the $5, brother. Does Ohio State have any remaining targets at the All-American Bowl they feel confident about? No, not that I know of. I haven't looked into that, done any research about that. So I don't know. Sorry, Greggs, can't help you there for tonight. A lot of my time has been on this transfer portal. And honestly, I've been digging pretty hard on whether Matt Patricia is going to return. And it sounds like we got some good news coming this way for Buckeye Nation here soon. So we should get excited. All right, let's look. It's all different. It's all different. I know that if you guys have listened to me for quite some time, Line Jumper wants to know, does anybody know the percentage that these agents are getting? I've interviewed a couple NFL agents on this channel, talked to a couple people that train. They told me the percentage at one time. I also talked to a lot of parents who get calls from agents and whatnot. I do know the percentage was like 10 times the percentage of NFL agents. I do remember that. So it's pretty wild. All of them are different. There are good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the one I had on my channel, I can't remember his name. It's actually Vernell Brown Jr.'s dad. I think it had on we had on him on Pop's Pod, and he was talking about it. And I think he helps some people out, some players in nil, and he gave us a little insight on how he operates, and he operates like an NFL agent would operate, if I remember correctly. So yeah, Grandpa Buck. Like I reported earlier, I was told that yes, he is coming back. I found that out today. Haven't seen anybody else reporting that, so but it's not a Twitter rumor either. Yeah, Christopher, I did. I watched Chris Henry. So Chris Henry Jr. went up against Jordan Thomas in the All-American Bowl practice, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he locked him down. Jordan Thomas is the real deal, guys. He at least in the couple reps that I saw him going, and the way when I watch his high school film, he reminds me of Iggy. The dude is physical, bro. Like, he does not get bodied around whatsoever, and I love it. So that's my other hope, is him and Jay Timmons can come in and possibly make some impact, because I know that this staff, I mean, there are a couple players in this class that they were super high on. Kari Wilder, they expect him to make an impact. Jordan Thomas, I mean, they were ecstatic about him as well. Chris Henry Jr., and I know I'm 100% missing another one. Jaquaden Guilford's another one you can put on that list. Sincere Johnson's another one. Jay Timmons as well. So we got some dudes coming in this freshman class. Super hard for freshmen to make an impact, but definitely Kari Wilder is going to make an impact next year on this team. So, yeah, I have very high hopes for Jordan Thomas. I really, really do. Really, Chris? Yeah, I'm telling you, the dude is. Yeah, I saw some Sam Greer reps too as well. He was bossing people around. Got beat on one rep that I saw. Not really beat. I didn't see anybody get around him. I saw them shove them into the padded, the little pad thing that's supposed to be the quarterback, but the pad didn't move at all. Didn't move in the pocket. So yeah. I was told there was a kicker on campus today. I can't get the name, though. I wish I could get the name, but I was told there was a kicker on campus today. But they're aware. Hey, I got a question for you guys. So do you guys see the Twitter world? Do you see the Ohio State world? Do you see how the majority of them are reacting to how the Buckeyes are handling this? Answer me this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're sitting on the beach at the Virgin Islands, just absolutely chilling, and 1 is you're absolutely freaking out, running around, crying, screaming, frantic. Where do you think the Ohio State coaching staff is right now when they're sitting in their meeting rooms and they see Kay and Lee commit to Tennessee? Do you think they're chilling or do you think they're tripping? Where do you perceive this coaching staff at right now when you think about everything they're going through and when you see players like, God forbid, Chas Coleman commits anywhere but the Buckeyes? You want to talk about freakouts? It would be absolutely wild. I got the coaches at a 9 right now. I got the coaches chilling. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. That's my opinion. I don't have any inside info on that, but I feel like they're chilling, and they got some game plans. They got some things. They know things that we do not know. So yeah. All right. Let's see what's going on in this chat, guys. Hope everybody's having a good day. I had a good day today. I don't know that you guys care or not, but we did. Do the new guys get on campus this coming week? Some of them are already on campus. Legend Bay's on campus already, so some of them are starting to roll in. Which I'm going to make a prediction right now. Legend Bay will get playing time next year in big games. Now, that was the other player I was forgetting earlier that I wanted to mention, because knowing how much they went after him, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it is. It's definitely some crazy news. No doubt about it. Yeah, me too. I'm excited for the spring game, but I don't get too excited about the spring game. I don't take anything from spring games anymore. I mean, hopefully we're on that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Once Matt Patricia officially signs his contract and it gets made public news, yeah, it could make some other recruits, think a little bit differently. Just came in. Bo Jackson leaving. No, Bo Jackson, from the information I have, is he is not leaving. Buckeyes are going to keep him around. Yeah, going to be a lot of veterans on the O-line. I haven't heard anything new about the Washington State QB that they offered. No, I did look into that, though, but haven't heard anything new there. Elijah, can't wait for the 27 class. We on a good roll, man. I want Meredith, the number 1 overall player corner in that class. That's who I want. Hey, listen, what you guys need to do, okay, when you get done with this show, you need to go on all of Quentin Cypher's social media accounts and show him love. Like all his stuff. Comment on it, because you want to talk about a peer recruiter. Him, and do the same with Brady Edmonds. Those two guys are absolutely killing it with peer recruiting for the 27 class. They're going hard, man. Chris, I don't know. A lot of people were saying they shouldn't recruit high school players anymore. Just straight go to the portal. A lot of people were saying. Actually, somebody wrote a whole article on that today saying they got to completely change. Maybe we do, like I said, but I'm going to wait a little bit. If Ohio State stops winning 10 games every season, and we don't look good, consistently good on the field, then I'll dive into it and probably readdress how some things are going. But as of now, I like the way Ohio State is doing things. But it's definitely, there is something to, when you pay 5-star players for 2 years like Bryce West and Aaron Scott, and they just leave. It's like you just wasted all that money You wasted all that time and effort in, developing that player. You wasted it in the sense of them helping your team. You didn't waste it in the sense of trying to help young men be better men. But as far as, but I think it's just give and take every year. Again, I think either way you go, you're going to have the same problems no matter what you do. You're going to have misses and players that portal from your high school class. You're going to have misses in the portal. And who's to say that, the right players are going to enter the portal for you? You know what I mean? So I think it's always going to consist of, you just go after the best players you can get in high school, and you just go after the best players you can get in the portal, and you just keep going, because you can't see the future. You don't know who's going to enter the portal from your team and from other teams. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's definitely a very intriguing conversation to have. But I just need more, I need more information. I need more facts. I need to see, more years. And I need to see, right, I guess, I just haven't seen Ohio State not have success. I mean, if people are using this year as an example, you just cannot convince me that the talent we had on this team wasn't talented enough to win a national title. Now, you guys can answer that question for me, and I'm going to get off here. Did we have enough talent on the team this year to win a national title? My answer, without a doubt, is yes. Now, you guys answer that question. Did we have enough talent on the roster this year to win a national title? I got one yes. I got a yes. I got a yes. All right. Now we'll wait for more. We got a 10,000%. We got a yes. What up, Captain F Nuts? He way behind you. Yes, but no. Okay. Yes. 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 Oh, hey, no way. Bruh, if you listen to my channel, and listen, everybody that listens all the time, what is the number one thing I have been very adamant about? I've even went against like Nevada and B. Moses and my other hosts on the show. I wanted Jaden Fielding gone. Gone. You go way back when me and Mello did the show after the Michigan game. I wanted him gone. But I calmed down a little bit about it and gave him a chance. But then in the regular season, I was like, nah, bro. I mean, after that Indiana game, I said, no way. Dude absolutely has to go. Yes. And we'd had a very young QB. Not on the O-line. It's interesting. Brad, definitely an argument to have there. Yeah. No, our O-line was bad. I don't agree with that, but that's not a very cut and dry to say either way, so there's an argument either way there. Cleveland Mike, yeah, we were definitely, you definitely could have used another running back, no doubt. It is, man. It definitely is. Look, everybody's kicker now. Hey, my little brother came up to me today. There is this, you guys have probably seen it. Somebody on Instagram or Facebook or one of those places made this reel. And they like had a picture of Caleb Downs and put, thank you so much for everything you've done. And then Sonny Styles, thank you so much for everything you've done. And then Carnell Tate, on and on and on. And then the last one showed a picture of Jaden Fielding, and I'm not going to tell you what it said on it. It had me rolling, man. It had me rolling. Now, listen, guys, let me make this clear. I'm not saying Ohio State is doing everything perfectly, okay? I'm not saying that I wish they would maybe change some things up. Maybe be a little more aggressive in the portal for getting some of these impact players like a Damon Wilson. If he wants $3 million, I guess try it out. Go try it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I think everybody's overreacting a little bit on saying Ohio State has to completely revamp everything. Oh my gosh, we're getting left behind. It's just, I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's arguments both ways. 10 sacks the last 2 games. That's no bueno. Know what I mean? Either you got players in the wrong position on your offensive line, or something is wrong with coaching, or you weren't playing the right players. Ian Moore. Maybe that was a problem as well. I don't know. All right, y'all. Hey, appreciate you guys. Good news. Matt Patricia coming back to be the defensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wish you guys in the chat would be way more excited about that. Bo Jackson is not in the portal right now. Ohio State is well aware of the type of player Bo Jackson is. But let me ask you a question. Should you pay Bo Jackson more than Travion Henderson is making in the NFL right now? No. You shouldn't, right? What else do I have? Picked up that wide receiver today. There was a kicker on campus today. Got to get his name. I think we will be very excited about the defensive line pickups the Buckeyes have in the portal. If the Buckeyes land the corner target that I was told about, you guys will be excited about that. Things are looking good for Christian, the Wisconsin linebacker. Buckeyes still need to go after a wide receiver for sure. But we'll see. Let this thing play out, guys. There's still players that are going to enter the portal that are not in the portal yet. So that's still going to happen. So if somebody visits and they do not commit, or they commit elsewhere, it is not over. Now, if at the end of the portal, the only corner we have signed is a Power 4 FCS corner who had 2 tackles last year and no PBUs, then I'm going to come on here and raise some cane. All right, if we don't get Aaron Scott Jr. back, if we don't get Mylan Graham back, and we have not, filled those needs. I have a sneaking suspicion no matter who we sign, people are going to be upset, but I will take a step back and diagnose, without emotions on that and see. But they're not going to do that, guys. You guys seriously think that this coaching staff is going to go this whole portal and not at least attempt to fill the needs? This is something I haven't brought up, but obviously the portal misses from last year have people very weary. But look at the previous portal class. You got probably the best talent acquisition ever out of any team ever in Caleb Downs, Quitshaw Junkins, Seth McLaughlin, Will Howard, Julian Sayin. I mean, you talk about a serious portal class. And then you have last year's, where your top dogs you missed on, but your depth pieces, the Phillip Daniels, it was not a good portal class, okay? So, but, all right, you average them together, you got pretty good. So, let's wait and see. So far, John Walker, that wide receiver today, I like both those pickups. We got a long snapper as well. We got the tight end from Ohio, which I like a lot as well. So far, we got 4 portal pickups. There's a couple not very high. There's been, I think, 2 more additions to this Ohio State team. I think they added another 26 guy. I have to look that up for you guys, but it might be like a walk-on type of players or whatever, but still added to the team. Anyway, guys, hit that like button for me, guys, on Buckeye Scoop and Buckeye Boys, as well as the subscription button. I really appreciate that, man. Everything on the Buckeye Boys channel gets poured back in to this channel with giveaways, ticket giveaways, all those other things that we do. You need to download the Spreaker app. Dude, that word. Somebody made fun of me in the comments the other day. They spelled it out, Speakeaker. They said, "How come you can't pronounce this?" And I'm just like, dude, I don't know. They'll make fun of me, man. But it's just what it is. It's one of those words. Also, Apple Podcasts. If you're listening to us on Scoop, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's easy. Helps us out a lot. Get on the Scoop message board. It's popping off, man. That's where you get real, true information. Great community over there. Great friends. Appreciate you guys in the chat as always being here supporting me. It means the world to me. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.